All right, welcome to City on the Hill Gaming. This is a tabletop RPG podcast. My name is Ryan. I am the game master. We also have, and if you guys will, I'll say your names, and if you will say hi or something along those lines. We have William.
Hello.
Jonathan.
Hey.
And Jenna.
Hello.
And at some point we will be joined, not in this episode or maybe the next, I'm not sure yet, by our fourth party member, Daniel. And we are playing 5th edition D&D currently. We're using, those of you who are interested, we are using Roll20 and Google Hangouts for all of that fun stuff. If you haven't checked out Roll20, I absolutely recommend it for online tabletop gaming. A lot of great features. Great software. Highly recommend them. So we're doing this, well, partially just because I like playing D&D, and I don't necessarily need an excuse to do it, but I found one this time, and I do love this game. But one thing I've noticed, I listen to a lot of D&D podcasts. I watch a lot of what are called live plays or actual plays on YouTube, and a lot of them I stopped watching or listening to for content reasons. Language, references, inappropriate things. And that's your choice. That's totally fine if you want to include those things in your game. But I was having a hard time finding games that just didn't have them to begin with. And so I think it was actually New Year's Day this year. So January 1st, 2018. I was sitting there looking for podcasts and not finding anything. That was just clean and I guess I'll call it family friendly, as much as slaughtering things with swords and such can be. I did find, and I highly recommend them, a podcast called Saving the Game, which is a group of Christian nerds talking about things like D&D and other tabletop games, but they don't ever actually play for any of their episodes. So I thought we would do that. So I reached out to several of my friends who are nerds and also Christians and also sometimes gamers. And so we're going to do a thing. And yeah, I'm going to not necessarily, this isn't going to necessarily be like from like the story from like a Christian perspective. I just said like 6 times. Wow, I'm such a Valley girl. All right. We're going to move past that. Maybe cut that little section out. That would be great. I probably won't remember to, though. That's okay. All right, so we're just...
Fix it in post.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post. We're going to try and do something a little different. Make it something anybody can listen to if you want to listen to it with your kids. Things like that. There are a lot of great D&D podcasts out there. They're just not always all for all audiences. So we're going to try and do it a little differently. We're going to play some 5e D&D. All 3 of the players this evening are relatively new to tabletop RPGs, so we will take it slowly. They may ask some questions. I look forward to hopefully answering them correctly.
I think may is an understatement.
Yes. That is perfectly okay, though. So we're going to jump straight in. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, I think we're good.
I'm excited.
All right, let's do this. So, if you want to Jenna, will you introduce your character, race, class, and name, please?
Right. My character is Petrifor, and she is a Tabaxi rogue, level 1, but not for long.
No. Soon she will dominate the whole world.
That's right.
Presumably. All right, Jonathan, who are you playing this evening, sir?
Well, I am a hill dwarf. And cleric 1, level 1. My name is Biggs Magic Beard.
And I love that name a lot.
I may be small in stature, but I am Biggs in everything else.
That's right. I need that on a t-shirt now. All right. Good stuff. And William, who are you, sir?
I am Grio Lightning Leaf, a human/Tetherian fighter.
Very
level
good.
1.
All right, so you guys are all, for whatever reason you have, in the city of Oriel. And Oriel is in not a super big city. There's a couple thousand people, which is big-ish for this area, but like there are some cities in this world that have 10 or 20,000 people. This city only has 2 or 3,000, but it's still pretty decent size. So the city has had an issue recently with goblin attacks. Goblins are coming out of the woodwork, coming out of the floors, the ceilings, the pots, the everything. There are goblins everywhere. So the town is paying people to remove that issue. So if for every day you guys stand guard at one of the gates and assist the townsfolk in defeating this evil menace, you will get paid 10 gold, which is pretty sweet deal. So you three have all been assigned to the west gate of the city, which is where you guys see yourself currently. And you are not alone. You are there with Lieutenant Wilkins and several of his men. He is over there on your right. And you were sort of keeping watch and looking out to see if you see any of those sneaky little green people who would like to stab you. So if everyone will make I believe it's a perception check for me. It should be under your skills on your character sheet. And we will see if you notice any of those sneaky goblins. All right. All right. So Jenna has an 18. Jonathan has a 19. Okay. Very good. And William.
I'm getting there.
Let's see what Grio sees. 17. Wow. Okay, you guys did fantastically.
Yeah.
That's real good. So you guys see. Let's put those there. And those there. Those there. We'll start like that. And you guys should now see some goblins sneaking around.
Oh, yeah.
How many
There's all kinds
goblins?
of goblins.
You should see. How many goblins do you see?
I got 7 in my view.
Okay.
Yeah, I see 7 as well.
All right.
I do too.
So what would you like to do? You know you're supposed to notify the lieutenant of anything you see, and he and his men will take action.
Why do we want his men to take action?
There's more of them
Well,
than you necessarily think you can handle.
And
there are 8 now.
Yes. Apparently, one was standing on another one. They wanted to look imposing, so they were standing on each other's shoulders.
There's 3 of us and there's 8 of them. I don't know. I mean, they don't call me Biggs for nothing.
I mean, hey, you are more than welcome to try and take this on if you wish.
yeah, you can go in guns blazing, but I'd rather let everyone else kill themselves.
Do we have some sort of probability roll?
Of what your success would be of facing all 8 goblins.
Oh, yeah.
That is for me to know and you to find out
A
painfully.
wisdom roll.
Okay.
Wisdom roll.
Actually,
Well-
yes. You could do that. Do any of you have insight?
I've got +4.
I've got a +5 insight.
Make insight checks.
I missed the last part of that. Are we rolling that?
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check. Oh, okay, Jonathan, with that natural 20
Wow.
for a 25. That is good stuff. Okay, you think you search deep down within yourself, and you're really pretty sure 8 goblins is a lot of goblins, and that maybe like 4 or 5 would be fine, or 8 like spread out in pairs of 2 might be okay. But you might need a little help with this.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, I stroke my beard and say we should ask for help.
Okay. So if you want to notify the fine lieutenant, he and his men will take action and take on some of the goblins, while you guys take on some of the others.
is this like a little,
That sounds like a plan.
like a hole where I could see through over here?
Yes. It's sort of like a. I'd say like a. What do they call those? I think they call them murder holes.
Yeah.
Like it's the hole you stick a
Yeah.
cannon through.
Yeah.
Ah,
While he's going to notify Lieutenant Dan, I'd like to move over here to this murder hole and get myself ready for some action.
Murder hole.
Murder hole. Okay. So the lieutenant seems to notice something of a commotion, and he walks over. Have you seen something? Is the enemy upon us?
Well, it's lurking beyond the gate, Lieutenant.
And he kind of peeks out through this other murder hole over here, and he sees all these goblins, and he's like, "Oh, right. Well, very good then." So he and his men, these three lovely gentlemen over here, are going to go fight. Oh, not all of you. Just these. Yeah, right there. Them. They're going to go fight these goblins. These 5 over here.
Okay.
And they're going to go deal with that goblin threat. And which is also going to remove the trees from the map. Don't worry about that part. It's fine. It's a weird grabbing feature. The trees grew back. Everything's okay. All right. So that just leaves these 5 fine gentlemen with their pointy little sticks who look kind of angry. So, would you
We have
love...
to keep all their trees out and everything.
Yes. They're magic trees. It's fine. All right, so if you guys will, roll initiative for me. So that should be on your character sheet in between your armor class and your speed. Yeah.
I've got a 0, so that's fun. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, Biggs, you aren't going anywhere, are you?
wow.
Okay.
So we're just Jenna.
And the goblins go on a 20.
Man.
So that turned out poorly, but that's okay.
They're very enthusiastic.
So, these 2 lovely gentlemen here, this first one is going to run right up to Biggs and say, "Hi," and he's going to try and stab you with his little itty bitty sword. It's a real small sword, but it looks kind of sharp, but also kind of rusty. So, tetanus shots and such.
Tetanus.
Yeah. And what is your armor class, Jonathan?
It is an 18.
Okay, he does not remotely hit you. Everything is fine. And this fine little gentleman would also like to try and hit you. But I expect it'll go roughly the same way. Because Jonathan is real armory. Real armory. And it did also not go well. And so these 2, seeing their friends are having kind of a hard time with this, are just gonna move right there. And just kind of smile at you. They're going to smile at you endearingly. And so is this third gentleman. And now it is going to be Jenna's turn.
All right. From over here, do I have any advantage? Because my buddy is next to at least one of these guys.
If you were to go behind the one, next to the one to his right, you would be able to do your sneak attack.
Okay, so I'm going to take a part of my move then, and that way I'm going to use my short sword,
Okay.
stab this guy with it, and then do my sneak attack also with my short sword. And if he's got any, I don't know how much he's got in him, I'm going to stab him again. So, let's see.
All right, go ahead and stab. See if you hit.
All right. All right.
Ooh, that does in fact hit the tiny little goblin. Now, if you will roll.
For damage. Let's see.
Roll that damage.
All right.
and then roll an extra d6 because of your sneak attack.
And do I get the +3 on my short sword or no?
Yes. You will get the +3 and the sneak attack. See that little goblin, he was real ambitious. He was maybe too ambitious. He dead now. That's real unfortunate. All right, William. Would you like to hit something real hard in the face?
Sure. I will hit this guy right here.
All right. Roll to hit, please, sir, with your, I believe it is a spear.
Okay. So 1d6 and +3, is that how I'm reading that? Or is it +5?
Your spear, let's look at your character sheet. You are 1d6 plus 5, I'm sorry, 1d20 plus 5 to hit, and it does 1d6 plus 3 damage.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, you do hit. Now, if you will roll that damage, please, sir. Okay. So he has some damage on him, but he is not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Not dead yet. All right, Jonathan, what would you like to do, sir?
Well, I'm gonna take that dude. Which, oh
no! Oh no! There's big black boxes over everything.
yeah.
Let me see
I don't
if
know how
can...
to point him out, but that's the dude.
Yep, him right there.
Yeah.
So, I want to show him the wrath of Biggs here.
Okay. Show him that wrath, sir.
I'm gonna show him with my mace.
Okay.
In the face.
Lovely.
Okay.
You're probably gonna have to say that every time from now on. Now, just write that down somewhere.
Hey, there is no other way to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay, mace in the face.
You do not hit.
Oh
man!
You swung for the face of someone who is taller than he is.
Oh!
Yes, he is a short little person, and your mace did not hit him in the face. And he's real grateful for that, and has realized that it might be a mistake to stay here any longer. So he's going to go say hi to Petrichor, and he is going to roll and see if he can hit her in her face. He does not have a mace, though, sadly. All of my characters may have maces from now on, though. Jenna, what is your armor class?
14.
Okay, he does hit you, and we will see how much damage he does. Okay, ooh, actually, that's not bad. He does 3 damage.
Well.
So if you click in the little blue box above your character, you can change that from a 9 to a 6, and that will keep track of your hit points.
Excellent.
And his little friend is real inspired now, because his buddy just did something cool. So he's going to step up here, and he's going to attack William. And ooh, he hits. I think that actually hits William too. William,
wow.
what is your armor
16.
class, sir? Okay.
16.
You take 8 damage.
Change the blue one?
Yes. He stabs you square in the everything. That is the actual most damage he can do.
Oh,
Wow.
That was real impressive.
So my blue number is not changing, but I know what it is.
Let me see if I can do. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Maybe you
That was super cool with the bar above their head.
Yeah, that is a sweet feature. These guys are real inspired now because suddenly stuff is working, which they're not used to because goblins. So this lovely gentleman is going to try and hit Jonathan. And Jonathan, does 17 hit your AC?
No, I've 18.
He is sad. It's a series of mixed results.
Hey, I may not have good aim, but I've got good armor.
That's right. And their fourth little friend is going to move up, but he is not in a position to do much, so he's just going to hang out and hope his friends are still alive by the time he gets to do something again. So, Jenna, it is your turn.
All right, well, this guy who's right next to me, I definitely have some advantage on, right?
Yes, you 100% can be sneaky with your attack.
Yes, the sneaky's about to hit. And now I'm mad, so the dice had better reflect it. Let's see, I'm going to go with my short sword.
Okay.
Let's see how I do. Ooh.
That does not hit.
No, and so my sneak attack?
Your sneak attack only hits if you hit. So that is unfortunate. William, it is your turn, sir.
All right.
You would like
Guess I'll attack this guy next to me.
Yes.
So. I was not prepared for this turn. There you
Stab. Ooh, you stab him real good. Right in the face. All right, roll that damage, sir. Lovely.
All right. 6.
And gone. All right.
Yes.
So, Jonathan, it is your turn, and you have a couple of options. As the cleric, you can mace to the face. That is an option. Or you can try and heal one of your friends. And
I think I'm gonna mace to the face at this point.
okay.
Well, what's William's life at?
I've got 4.
William's life isn't not great.
Yeah, I went from 12 to 4.
Wow, I didn't realize you were so low.
He's in rough shape currently.
But I'm in a decent position for them attacking. The only one that would get me is this guy that's far out. So I think either choice works.
Well, let me go ahead. I'll heal.
And if you want, you could move away after you attacked.
Oh, how
That
far
way-
could I move my whole speed?
Yeah, you can move your whole speed. You can break your speed up before and after your attack as long as you don't move more than your total speed.
Okay, so how about Jonathan? Since it's still the end of my turn, I move away for now. How far can the goblins go?
They can follow you, but that will leave them short. They will not
Okay,
catch
well-
up with you.
Well, I mean, say I went back here.
So you can,
Is that far enough?
I can.
I would probably. So you were right here originally.
Yeah.
I would probably go over here
Yeah.
because they can move the same speed
Okay,
you
but
can,
then
which means they can't catch you.
So then on my next turn, if I move back to the same spot, I can use the
Or-
spear?
Yes, or you
Is
can
it a
throw
range?
your spear.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah, you could move to
I can still use it.
you can move
Okay.
here and throw the spear.
Yeah, I'll do that. That way we don't have to worry about me dying this round because we got 3 of them on us.
Okay, Jonathan, then mace face, please, sir.
Yes, my fellow to the right there is getting mace to the face.
Do it real good.
And boom.
They're just a little shorter than that. If you come down just
I'm trying.
like millimeters, like you're right there. You're right there.
I get a little just too enthusiastic with my swing, I think.
It's you're stretching. You
Really
gotta,
excited to swing that thing.
yeah, you got to warm up before combat starts.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Get those reps in. All right,
I'll
so
do better.
they're real excited because like some of them are still alive, and that's unusual this far into an adventure for goblins. So they're gonna try and hit Jonathan again, and oh yes,
Oh,
one of them actually
Wow.
hit Jonathan. I
What?
will take it. And he does 8 damage.
are you serious?
That is all of the damage he can probably ever do in his life.
And he's done it twice.
Yes.
Well, one guy, 2 of them have done it.
Two of them have done all of that damage. So Jenna,
Now,
you,
William, how good I am.
Jenna, you have made
You
a
might
new
want to
friend.
move, Jonathan.
And
I
that
don't
new
think I
friend
can.
has. Oh, see, this is awkward. Okay.
Man.
Can Jonathan still move?
He could move away if he had wanted to, sure. But he was at full health at that point. There was no reason to move.
No, I mean right now. You said before and after the turn, so he could right now.
Before and after you attack. It still has to be on your turn.
It has to be on your turn, right?
Yes. So...
Okay.
Jenna.
So we've switched turns already.
Yes, it is now the goblin's turn.
Right.
Okay.
And they have hit me, and I am now down to 2 health.
Yes.
Wow, we are dying with these goblins.
And this last little one is going to chase after William. So, Jonathan, he moved in front of you as he kind of turned the corner. So you can take what is called an attack of opportunity and try and hit him as he passes you.
Okay.
So it's still your normal attack. And you can only take 1 attack of opportunity in between your turns. You do hit him. Roll that damage, sir.
Yay! Get him! Nice
Alrighty, here we
face.
go. Let's see here.
Dead goblin. Look at that.
Yeah!
Good stuff.
Good job.
All right.
3rd time's a charm. I just need a little warm up.
Yes. So, Jenna, it is now your turn. And you may still sneaky the one in between the two of you.
Oh, I'm about it. Yes!
Got there. All right. Little itty bitty pieces.
Alright. So, we got a 6 plus 3. Plus 3.
And add your sneak attack, which is another d6. No more goblin. Good stuff. William, what would you like to do, sir?
Use 1.
Well, I will move back. I can go here, right?
Yes, that is fine. And you would like to throw your spear, I assume?
Yes. So that's a normal roll, right?
Yes.
Throwing the spear. So I assume that does damage.
Yes, it should do your same amount of damage. And, oh, yes, absolutely.
So 6.
Bam.
Good stuff. Well, Jonathan, end it, sir.
Come on.
Oh, I'm going to end it.
End it right here.
All right. This ends now.
Got there.
Thank you.
Got there a second time.
Yeah, I did the wrong one there. There we go.
All
We
right.
need 2 goblins now.
He is in real gone shape.
Yay!
Fantastic.
Done. And just as you just smash him straight into the ground, you see the lieutenant and 2 of his men return.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
It's a party.
And they
That's
look
great.
they look a little worse for wear, but they're okay. Sadly, one of their compatriots, Sergeant Johansson, did not survive.
Johansson.
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 He did not make it out of that battle, unfortunately.
No.
But they did deal with all 5 of their goblins as well. And he just he looks up and sees the pile of bodies before you and just kind of nods approvingly. But you can tell he and his men are a little disappointed, just as there are not as many of them as there were originally. So if you guys would like to, Jonathan, you have on your character sheet something called Cure Wounds. And you can do that up to twice a day.
Oh,
Fantastic.
And that will restore to you or one of your compatriots 1d8 plus, let's see, what is your wisdom is 16. So that is a plus 3. So that'll heal 1d8 plus 3 to whoever you would like.
Well, let's see here. I'm at a 3. Where's everybody else at?
You're at a very solid 3. William is at a much healthier 4. And Jenna is at a totally, it's everything fine 2.
Wow.
Don't worry about it. It's going to be
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
I'll do Jenna and myself then.
Okay.
Only a flesh wound.
And you guys can do. Let's make sure I get this right before I try and explain it to you. This is something they added in 5th edition. So once per day, you can do what is called spending your hit dice. So because you guys are level 1, you currently have 1 hit dice. And the hit dice is equal to sort of what your base hit points would be.
Alright.
So you can do what's called spending your hit dice to regain a number of hit points by rolling that die. I believe, William, you will have a... Let me make sure I get this right, because I know hit die is determined by what character class you guys play. So William, you may roll a d10. Jonathan, you may roll a d8. And Jenna, you may roll a d8 as well. So Jonathan, you regain 4 hit points. Jenna, you regain 8. And William, you regain 9.
Oh, that was...
Nice.
So if I went over my max, I just go back to max, correct?
Yes, you just go back to max. So Jonathan, you may not actually have to spend any of your healing, sir. Actually,
You just...
I can do it. I can still do it to try to get up to full, though, right?
yes. If you want to get yourself back to full, go for it. Fantastic. So you guys are all healthy again.
Okay, what's my full number?
Your full hit point number is... Where is it on your... Your full
On
hit
your
point number is
PDF.
11.
11. Okay.
Yes.
It's on the PDF just under armor class. If you...
Oh, yeah, it's really, really small. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
I see it.
And so you guys are in good shape. And about the time you finish getting everything back together, you don't see any more goblins. This
Can I
seems...
loot the bodies?
Can you what?
Can I loot the bodies?
You may absolutely loot the bodies. If you will, make a perception check.
All right. Get my D20 out. Bam.
All right. As you search these 5 goblin gentlemen, you find 3 gold, 10 silver, and a collection of real small swords and spears.
Fantastic.
So if you will write down any of that you wish to take, / share it with your compatriots, I will let you keep track of that.
Taking the gold and the 10 silver and... You said swords and spears?
Swords and spears.
Shoot.
So
I might have
basically,
an extra-
weapons that are worse than the ones you guys already have.
Alright. Well, then I'll take the gold and silver. I'll leave the rest.
Okay. And you guys, the lieutenant comes back and he says, excellent work, the 3 of you. He presents you each with 10 gold. So if you will add that to your character sheets, or actually if you just want to make a note of it somewhere, since those are, I think the PDFs are actually editable.
Yeah, they are. Is there a specific place for that? Or...
There should be...
Oh, there's a treasure thing.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
that's
want to
what I
write
put
it
mine.
under that column, that would be awesome. So you now have 10 gold. And Jenna has slightly more than 10 gold, but you don't worry about that, so it's fine. So he directs you to the royal... It's not so much a palace, because this isn't that big a town. It's just like a real nice house. Where the Duchess, who rules this area, lives. Her name is Duchess Kaya. And she would like to speak with the 3 of you. So if you have anything you want to do in town before you go meet her, or if you guys just want to go straight and meet her.
Hey,
Hey, what's
let's
up?
meet and greet.
I'm done with the. I don't have anything else to do today.
All right.
That's good.
More gold.
There could be more gold. There could be opportunities for things like that.
All right.
And so you guys head off. I'm just going to leave you on the screen right here. You guys head off in the direction of her real nice house. And you get there, and there are 2 guards at the door. What would you like to do?
I would like to kind of sidle up to them and tell them that our presence has been requested by this Duchess.
Okay. They will... There we go. So they allow you entry, and we'll move the 3 of you and that bush into the house. I really got to separate things out better so these don't all drag at the same time.
A shrubbery.
Yes. We have brought this to present to you, Your Highness. It is a shrubbery. It's just going to be a podcast of Monty Python references. All right, perfect. I'm going to have to go watch that if we're going to do this. All right, good stuff. So you are shown into a very nicely decorated room with a real large chair, and there's a woman in her late 20s sitting there, and she kind of eyes the 3 of you because you're, have blood and stuff on you from all of the small green men you have just slaughtered and left in your wake. And at her side is someone dressed suspiciously like Lieutenant Wilkins, but is totally not Lieutenant Wilkins, even though it's the same little piece on the board. Don't worry about that. It's fine. And he steps forward and says, "You are the 3 from the West Gate, yes?
Yes.
Welcome. Your service is greatly appreciated. I'm sure you have been compensated by Lieutenant Wilkins prior to your arrival. We very much appreciate your work, and the Duchess would like to make a request of you, if you are interested."
Sure.
Okay. The Duchess kind of eyes you guys and seems a little, we'll say, uncertain. But she...
Well, she can't see us. That plant's in the way.
That bush is in the way. He takes the bush and moves it into her shrubbery room. Because she has a shrubbery room. A lot of people present her with foliage of various types. Sometimes it's just piles of leaves. You guys went above and beyond and brought a small tree. So that'll add nicely to her collection. It's not her favorite kind of tree.
Skeptical?
Well,
we brought a tree.
But it's like her 3rd favorite tree, so like you did pretty good, but you're not great. But still pretty good.
So she's eyeing us for that?
Yes. There's like just a little bit. So she looks the 3 of you over. Thank you all for your service in protecting our lovely community today. The request I have to make of you: these attacks by the goblins have started very suddenly, and they have not particularly happened often in the past. The goblins have often kept to themselves and left most of the towns in this area alone. We are not the only ones being attacked, and we would like to know why. I would like you to investigate, if you would, please. I will reward you handsomely.
How handsomely?
What were you compensated each today for your service?
10.
10. Yes. If you can determine the source of our issue, I will reward you another 10 each. If you can deal with the source of our issue, I will reward you 50 each. We need this plight on our town dealt with before I lose more of my men and more of my citizens. And of course, anything you find along your journey, you are welcome to keep.
Well, I'm at your service. I don't know about these two.
What are your names?
I'm Petrichor of the Tabaxi.
It is a pleasure.
I'm Biggs Magic.
So you are.
I'm Gringo Lightning Leaf.
It is a pleasure to make the
And yes,
three of your acquaintances.
Magic.
There is actual magic in the beard?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is good to know. I'm sure your magic beard will serve you well on your journeys.
So far.
Can we do a perception roll to see how likely it is that we get paid if we take this on?
Do an insight check. Insight's more for
That.
reading people and reading situations. Do an insight check.
Okay. I asked, but I wasn't prepared.
How dare you, sir?
Oh, natural 20.
Look at that. Biggs, there is goblin in your beard and you are distracted.
It happens.
It does. It's true. Goblins, soup, ice cream sandwiches.
I need beard oil.
Been there, man. Yes. There is a guy in town who sells that if you are interested. Jenna, you and William are both fairly certain she will reward you, and were it necessary, were you to meet with more significant odds than they expect, the compensation, in theory, could be greater than she has already explained.
I'm definitely in then.
Sounds good to me.
All right. There are several. She explains there are several goblin tribes in this area, but only the. She asks you what color the goblins you defeated today were.
Green.
Ah, yes, that is most likely the lizard scales. They live in the hills north of town. She explained sort of a general direction for you to go. They're not exactly sure where they live. They just know it's in that general direction.
All right.
So,
That's where we go?
yes. Is there anything you want to do in town before you leave? Would you like to wait till the next day, rest up? Jonathan would get access to his healing abilities back. You could purchase supplies, weapons, food, etc.
Probably a good idea.
Were you to wish to
Probably
do
a
so.
good idea.
About how far away do we? She said north. So,
Yes.
And how straight are we playing? Like, do we need days rations in our? If it's over a day, do we need to have our food?
I'm not super worried about that. That's not something I care a ton about. If you want to, you guys have some. They come with your starting gear. But if you want to purchase rations, or if you need more rope, you never know when you need rope, or bells. I think Jenna has a bell already for, I don't know why they gave you a bell, but you have a bell. If you need more bells, things like that, you could...
I'd say we check it out, get the healing back.
Yes.
Get the healing, the day's healing ability.
That way you are sturdier as you go out to face the menace.
Yeah. Just in case we need it.
There are several stores in town. There is, and there's also an inn where presumably you guys have already been staying. And the inn sells just sort of meals but not really anything else. There is a butcher shop. There is a smithy where you can get weapons. There is a general store. There is a church. Things like that. Would you like to visit any of the above before you begin your journey?
I would like to visit definitely a shop. Also, I like things that are shiny, and if I happen to snatch one as I'm walking by, I may not be able to help that. So,
okay, is that before you leave the house or once you get to the shop?
kind of always.
Okay, just kind of as a general thing. All right, that's fair. as you are leaving the Duchess's house, make me a perception check, Jenna. Well, there goes that with the natural 20. All right, well, that's fine. So you have this brief window between when you leave that room and you pass a couple of guards, and before you get to the guards at the front door. You basically have the space of like one room where there's no one looking at you, including Grio or Biggs. So if you want to make a stealth check... Okay, and if you will, you can sneak away, and you see a couple of things. You see a small statue that is made of something shiny, and you see a small shiny box.
Oh,
like a
how
little,
about that?
like a jewelry box size kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pocket that box.
Okay.
And keep on strolling.
Make a sleight of hand check.
All right.
That is for the sliding of things away from other people's hands. Oh,
Wow.
like it wasn't there to begin with. Perfect. That is fantastic. May as well have never even been there to begin with. That's a 22.
Yeah.
Love it. What box? There was never a box on that table. You're crazy.
Holler out to the boys that I'll meet them at the appointed place tomorrow, and I'm gonna go see if I can't open this box.
Okay. You may absolutely do that. Make me another sleight of hand check. Okay, that's not bad. You kind of fiddle with it a little bit because you do have some lockpicks. And eventually it pops open. It's empty. But it's very pretty, and you're pretty sure the box itself is worth something.
Perfect.
So...
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to a nearby shop and see if anybody wants a box and what they'll give me for it.
Okay. So you walk into Larry's things and stuff. Yes. Larry and Bob's things and stuff. Also, we have shiny boxes.
I think they might take it.
It's a weird niche store, but for some reason they're successful. So,
Put Boxer
yes.
last year.
Yeah, they put Box R Us out of business, and as well as Look at All Our Boxes Incorporated. Those were good people. It's a shame.
Good people.
So today, behind the counter at Bob and Larry's Things and Stuff and Boxes also, is Larry. And he greets you warmly. Welcome to Bob and Larry's Things and Stuff and also Boxes. What can I do for you?
Well, I've managed to literally just stumbled over this box, and I figured that I would bring it to the box and stuff store and see if you wanted to barter or buy it, and what you might give me for it.
We are a big fan of boxes here at Bob and Larry's Things and Stuff and also Boxes. Let me take a look at this lovely piece you have found. This is absolutely beautiful. Have you ever seen Antiques Roadshow? It's kind of like that. He starts appraising it. He tells you the history of it. It belonged to the king's third cousin, twice removed's barber. That's where he kept his scissors and his razor. And it is absolutely beautiful. No one has seen this in 3 decades. You have found an absolute treasure, and he will totally buy it from you for like 10 gold.
No bartering.
I mean, that's just his first offer.
I mean, like, not going to negotiate.
Oh, that's a good point.
I would, if you would like to negotiate with him, you could make a persuasion check.
Ooh, yes,
I believe that is one of your skills
it is.
with a Z.
Okay, so
Okay. He knows you know more about this box than he originally thought you did. And he appreciates that you know what you have and he knows what you have, and he will give you 25 gold for it.
Wow.
that's that. And I'm what sort of we're here for the night. I might. I was reading that when you're like in town and in between adventures, you can do things that sharpen your skills. And, what sort of things might I be able to do that can help me out? I don't know if I can buy more armor because I'll be about that.
You could buy more armor. You could buy weapons. He does not carry either of those things. He carries oddities, I guess you could call them. There's like a stuffed owl and like a box of checkers and, well, boxes, because, you know, boxes and stuff also.
A one-headed squirrel head.
Right. There's one of those jars with a pig's liver suspended in fluid, you know.
All right. Well, I bid him adieu, and I'm going to be yes, this smithery to see what sort of armor and stabbies might be about.
Absolutely. He gives you your 25 gold, thanks you for your business, and wishes you well on your travels. Before you go to the smithery, Jonathan and or William, would you like to go to a place or do a thing?
I wanted to go to the smithery as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I can go there as well.
Okay. So you all three can meet up at the smithery. You're not really sure why, but Petrichor is seems very happy. It's a good day, and that's good stuff. All right. So the smithy is run by Hans, and his daughter Alexa. Sure, we'll go with that. And they make all of the finest things for stabbing and not being stabbed that you can buy in Oriel. So Hans comes out to greet you. Welcome, my friends. What may I help you with today?
I want to know what you have and how much it is.
Fantastic, sir. You are my favorite kind of customer, direct and to the point. We have things for stabbing, smashing, slashing, dicing. We also sell things for chopping, etc., and for not being chopped.
Sounds like QVC, like a ninja little blender thing or something. We dice, we chop, we puree.
We are out of those currently. But more are expected in next week.
Okay.
So, you look like a man who appreciates
what will 10 gold buy me?
A heavy set of armor, and you know, sturdy, well-made metal pieces to keep you safe.
Yes.
That sounds like something you would be interested in, absolutely. And he kind of gives you the once-over to kind of assess what it is you already have. And you actually have a very lovely set of chain armor, chainmail. You have a chainmail shirt. And he kind of sizes it up and he says, well, sir, I actually sell that same piece of chainmail, but you already have that. So could I interest you in... You already have a shield too, and a mace. You have all of the things I have. Is there something in particular you were looking for?
I don't know. I just, the name's Biggs, and I really
Pleasure to meet you,
pride
sir.
myself on being living up to my name, even though my stature may not be there. I am there in other ways. So, as far as like armor, I would really like to increase my armor,
Okay.
and maybe even the power of my mace as well. So just I don't know if you have anything for me. I know I'm quite strong, and I get that a lot. But
Sure, absolutely. I can see that.
you're in the business, right? So
You look like a man
Make
who
me feel
appreciates heavy armor.
oh,
And
really?
I like that. I sell heavy armor. We mold many great pieces of heavy armor here. You have chainmail armor as it sits currently. I could fit you into a lovely suit of plate armor. That would only cost you 1,000 gold.
Say what?
Well, sir, this is the finest in craftsmanship, as you can clearly see. And he kind of rolls out a dummy covered in plate armor, and it's just like shined beautifully and has like designs on it.
That'll
and
slow me down.
Nary, sir, my armor is known across the city for being the best at keeping you moving and keeping you safe.
Ah,
And
unreal.
While they're talking, I'm gonna see if there's any sharp things available on a table that I can randomly pocket.
it's going to happen literally everywhere we go, isn't it? Okay. That's something I'm going to have to keep note of. Tie down everything in all of the rooms. All right. Roll a perception check.
Oh, perception.
Ah, excellent. On the table in front of you, I'm gonna have to lower your perception skill. It's getting out of hand. It's a 19. Good night in the morning.
I
All
think
right.
she's had lower than 17.
Yes, I'm just gonna have to give her some kind of negative or something. So Hans is a businessman who is very aware that there are people who just kind of walk off with stuff sometimes. It's a part of business, but he is aware of it, and he just kind of looks at you, and you can feel him looking at you as you kind of assess the room. And you are welcome to make a stealth check, but you're pretty sure he is keeping a very close eye on you.
Oh, not that stealthy this time. I just give him the raised sup eyebrows.
As you trip over a suit of armor. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, ma'am, are you okay? You good?
Yeah.
You're fine. All right, excellent. Mr. Biggs, as it was, yes. What I can do for you, sir, for a single gold, I can shine your armor. I can pound all of the dents out of it. You appear to have a small hole from, is that a goblin spear, I believe? You have been guarding our gate, haven't you, sir?
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of the people who keep me and my family and my business and all of my wares safe. I will clean and shine and repair your armor for free for you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that. I do. I am curious as to how strong and well protected this shopkeeper is.
Like specifically how, like, whether he's armored or not.
Yeah.
So Hans is a human. He doesn't actually have any armor on necessarily. He has like metal boots on, but he's just kind of, he's got one of those big leather aprons, and he holds a big like forge hammer. But I mean, like in terms of attacking him, or like,
I was thinking about it.
Like whether or not he can defend himself.
Right.
Okay. I mean, he does not presently have armor necessarily on. Were he to be called into battle, you suspect he would do as well or better than you do.
Okay.
He
Well, I'll just let him shine my armor then.
yes, he repairs the little hole, and he buffs your armor, and he does this all without you taking the armor off. You're not really sure how he fixed the hole while you were still wearing the armor, but he did. He's good like that.
That's kind of
Hans is a man of many skills, so that your armor is like it was new. And
Hans, I appreciate that.
For the rest of the day and tomorrow, until your next combat is done, you get a +1 to armor class.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's worth it then.
Hans has fortified your armor just out of a deep respect for the work you have done to protect the city.
Is he willing to do that for all the protectors?
He is.
Hans, you're a good man.
Well, I am always grateful to the people who protect our fine city and our lovely Duchess, and all those that she seeks to keep safe. So for until your next fight is over, whenever that next fight is, you guys all get a +1 to your armor class.
Now, I have a question, my dear GM.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a rogue and I have light armor.
Yes.
As a rogue, I'll always have light armor when I go to medium?
You will almost always have light armor. Sometimes some rogues do wear medium. Once you get to a certain level of medium armor, it starts to affect your stealth rolls.
Right. Okay. And I don't want to affect my stealth roll. Do you know offhand on my stats if I can up my armor class any?
Let's look at your... Oh, there you go. You are wearing leather armor currently. You could go up to either studded leather armor or a chain shirt without it causing you to have disadvantage while you make stealth checks.
Okay. I'm going to inquire of Hans if the cost of a studded leather armor and a chain shirt.
How much gold do you have?
38.
38. Okay. He would be willing to take your current set of armor and your gold and give you studded armor.
Done.
Okay. So if you will up your armor class one more. So your armor class currently is 14. It is now 15.
Tried to sell me stuff for 1,000.
Well, sir, plate armor is very difficult to make and takes many weeks with the forge.
I hear you.
Leather is worth more.
Leather is actually very inexpensive. Yes, I'm genuinely surprised plate is. I'm actually looking at the armor page, and I think I told you plate was 1,000. They listed it.
Yes.
They listed it 1,500.
Wow.
They do not intend you on wearing plate out the gate.
Yeah.
That was unintentional, but I'm going to run with it. It's fine. So, William, would you like to purchase more spears or armor or such things?
Well, I don't have 1,000.
No.
I would like to inquire about a spear and a shield.
Okay.
I can't tell if I have a shield.
You do not currently have a shield. Your offhand, you have your net.
Okay.
So you could either hold the net or you could hold a shield.
Okay, so I could not have both. I'd have to trade the net in or something.
Yes. You could keep the net. You could just sometimes use the shield and sometimes use the net. You could pick.
Okay. So I would have to essentially pick before each battle or something?
Yes. And you could switch in battle. You could put the shield away and get the net out.
Okay. I'd like to inquire about the shield.
Okay. He will sell you a shield. It is a lovely wooden shield with the metal surround and a big spike in the middle. He will sell you that for 10 gold.
And what use is it in battle?
The shield will add a +2 to your armor. As long as you are holding it.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay.
I've got 10 gold.
All right. He takes your 10 gold and he hands you a shiny new shield. And if you will...
Shiny wooden shield?
Shiny, yes. Shiny new wooden shield. It's shiny. Don't ask why the wood's shiny. It's like a table after you've put the... What's that coating on it called? To keep it from getting dusty.
The lacquer?
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. It's like a new deck. That's been waterproofed. So if you will bump your armor class up to 18.
Well, I already bumped it for the 1, so wouldn't it go to 19?
Yes, until after the next battle, when it will go back down. Yes, sir.
And my keyboard has stopped working, so would you mind doing that for me?
Oh, no problem. All right, and Jonathan, gonna bump you up to a 19 for now.
Yeah.
And Jenna, have you already bumped yours up?
Oh, not including the extra buff.
Okay. So we will put you at 16. Very good. Okay. And Jonathan, would you like to get a different weapon?
Yeah, what you got?
He has...
10, 'cause I just had 10, and
Right,
my
no.
incredibly good looks.
Yes. Also the incredibly good looks. Don't forget that part. That's important. He has... Let's see. He has axes and hammers. He has a large... You'd almost call it like a bell. But like...
What? Why are there bells everywhere? This is unreal.
You ring it in their ears. And
It's a musically...
hungry.
It's a musical town. But you think you could hit someone with it?
Can we say that if you ring it near their head, it stuns them for a turn?
It might disorient them a little, just out of sheer confusion. You could also pick up a light hammer,
So
which you
how
could.
powerful is an axe?
How powerful is an axe? Let's find you.
What kind of damage does that thing?
Would you like a throwing axe or a holding axe? You could throw an
Don't
axe.
you have a crossbow?
I have a crossbow.
You also have a crossbow.
Okay.
You can shoot the crossbow.
I'll be right back.
You can shoot the crossbow further than you could throw the axe.
Yeah, I'm thinking holding.
Okay.
But will that give me anything more than what my mace will give me?
What does your mace do currently?
It's +4.
What D dice does it do?
160 +2.
Okay. Let me see. So, what kind of weapons you can use is determined by your class. So, you can use simple weapons. And let's see, where does that category? Just those. It looks like we could change what kind of weapon it is, but it's still only going to do a D6. Oh, you could use a great club, which would do a D8, but you would lose your shield because you have to use 2 hands to use a great club.
So that brings down my armor then?
Yes, it would bring down your armor by 2.
Hey, do you sell more things that I can put in my mace to do more damage?
Can
Can I bling out my mace with some glass and rusty nails and different things?
He can sell you. Let's see. He could silver your weapon.
Okay.
So some creatures are immune to normal kinds of damage. Things like werewolves. You could silver your weapon to make it good against those. You could... He could improve your mace so that you could throw it.
So I could use it either way then?
Yes. He could upgrade your mace to allow you to do that.
I think that would be handy.
Okay. That will only cost you 5 gold, sir. So you can
4
now...
and you got to do.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So now you can throw it, and it will do a d6, but it won't get your strength damage added onto it. So where your sheet... so your mace currently does 1d6 plus 2. If you throw it, it'll only do 1d6.
Okay.
But that could still be handy because it means you won't have to get the crossbow out.
That sounds great.
Okay, perfect. Let me... because I need to update your character sheets when we are done today. And make all these adjustments. So William, you now have a shield. Mm-hmm. Jonathan, you now have a throwing mace. And Jenna, you now have upped your armor. And okay. Fantastic. All right. Is there anything else you would like to buy in town? Rations, rope, candles, scented or otherwise.
I was going to say scented or non-scented.
Yes.
Is there anything that goblins don't like fire or something like that? That maybe we could buy.
That you could take with you to scare them.
Something like that. Or a peace offering. I speak Goblin, so maybe I can.
Oh, okay. Make a. Let's look at this list of skills. Do any of you have nature?
I got nature.
Okay.
Not a ton.
Jenna, will you make me a... We'll go with a nature check. Oh, okay. Goblins don't like kittens?
Let's get a gaggle of kittens.
Rubber ducks.
I'm all the kitten you'll ever need.
Right. So she may actually just be scary enough to the goblins for that to succeed for you. As she is a cat. For those of you unfamiliar, Jenna is a tabaxi, and the tabaxi are a race of cat people.
Oh.
And I believe...
I didn't even know that.
Specifically, which kind of cat did you choose, Jenna?
Oh, a ocelot.
Yes. So she's the same size. She's a medium. So most races, like human, tabaxi, elf, are what are called medium-sized creatures. Jonathan is actually, I believe, dwarves are considered small. They may be medium in this. Yes, you are still considered a medium-sized creature, but you are just a little shorter. Oh, that's good. So Jenna looks kind of like an upright walking ocelot. Okay, ocelot, right. But actually, I think we're going to stop here. So if you guys have enjoyed listening to our first, maybe also second, because I may split these up into two, episodes of the City on a Hill Gaming Podcast, please check us out on wherever you find your podcasts, hopefully iTunes and such soon. If you have any questions about our game or about sort of the faith-based perspective, family-friendly thing we're trying to do, you can email us at cityonahillgaming@gmail.com. So I have been the Dungeon Master, Ryan. If you guys want to say goodbye to our lovely, hopeful audience in the future.
We'll see y'all.
Yeah.
Come back for the next one.
Yes. And hopefully next time we will be joined by our fourth member, Daniel, and his lovely Magi character that I'm very excited about. And we will see what happens with the goblins and the Duchess and the secret note that may or may not be a secret or a trap or some such thing like that. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Stay tuned.
There will also be probably more boxes and more stealing, knowing Jenna. So always anticipate that. We appreciate you guys joining us. Thank you.